Alright guys, we're in this garden and I've got some bamboo with me and we're going to be training clematis and doing some weeding and all sorts really in here. Just trimming off some of the shoots of the bamboo, leaving it on a little bit here so that it gives a little bit more grip. And if I show you what I've done already, we've just leaned this one against, with its existing bamboo, against the fence, and then we've got a big bamboo going up just to help it find the wires as well, where you can see there's some wires on the fence. Over here I've just leaned it back again against the fence with this bit of little bamboo it had already, hooked it under this wire, and then it's ready to just climb up this fence. But I'm going to put some supporting bamboo through it because the fence sort of the wire ends there and there's no more sort of above it, so we'll do that. And that's some garlic type things coming out into flower soon, and there is a flower on that clematis already. That's nice, so hopefully we'll have many more. And there's the rosemary bush, looking very nice actually, lots of flowers. Bit of a funny shape, but I quite like it in a way. And then there's more clematis over there, and we've got to move one as well from over here. So we're moving this one that's in the shade, kind of caught up amongst this one, this big thing, and move that over here, over to this side where there's a gap. And then the customers asked us to pull out all the primroses in the garden and do some other bits of tidying up. Oh, you got me a coffee?
I have.
Oh, thank you very much. Little bee there on the rosemary. And then, so we've sorted out these clematises, put loads of bamboo against the fence from that other customer's house. Another clematis there. And then this one was moved, so we've given it lots and lots of water today, rainwater as well, which is always a bonus. And then this clematis as well, so that's good. She could have a record year for the clematis because they don't normally do a lot, but we'll see. We're still early in the season, so they might climb up very nicely. And we've done some weeding elsewhere in the garden. I've been pulling out a lot of these primroses, and I've been weeding certain areas and pulling out daffodils and you know, cutting off the daffodils that she requested. Best to let daffodils just sort of do their thing and die off naturally, but equally if they're looking a bit messy, there's no harm in just cutting them off. So yeah, lovely garden. This rhododendron's just started to flower, but you know what, I really like this rosemary. One of my favourite plants, and it's a bit of a funny shape now, but I quite like it. So alright, on to the next one. Alright guys, we're at the next one, and we call it the golden privet garden because it's got a golden privet in there with variegated, so it's growing up, it's getting longer, even this one. So we just need to make sure we're happy that there's no birds nesting, and we are still in nesting season. So Steve's just giving it a mow, and I'm going to be pulling this bush out. It's a buddleia, a really old one actually. You can see the stem. So we'll pull that out, well, chop it out with the saw, and we'll show you what it looks like part way through or something. Anyway, the lawn out here first, so it leaves me the space now to pull this down, so we'll be able to saw this off. Okay, so that's one branch. Here it is, buddleia. also known as the butterfly plant, because it really does attract the butterflies. The flowers are incredible for nature and wildlife, but they can be quite invasive, and they grow massively every year, and they're one of those plants that is a bit like Marmite. You either love it or hate it. And I must say, in the past I've not been a massive fan, but I think if you've got a big garden, really big one, not like this is small front garden, if you've got a really big one and it doesn't cause too much nuisance, it doesn't overgrow too much, then maybe it has its place. They can be quite nice looking, the flowers, but it's the guy's wife who's least keen on it. He's very happy for it to come out, and then he's a bit more indifferent but happy, you know, to please the wife. And actually it's letting in a huge amount of light. Cool, it's a big difference. I'll just take off this limb, it's the last main sort of limb, and then we'll come back at some point and do the roots, because actually looking closely, the roots are they're significant. I mean, look at that one, that root back there, and then down here. So the roots are going to be a hell of a thing to get out, and I'll need to bring an axe. I don't normally, believe it or not, I don't normally carry an axe with me. It's not something we use in the everyday gardening. There we go. So that's taken down now, and I'll deal with that waste. I'll get the loppers out, but that's a big difference. It's letting in a lot more light, and I can see where that privet will need trimming on this side. And these beautiful flowers. Someone said what these were in the comments. I haven't remembered it. Then they've got a sea of those. Look at those. Cool, that's a nice. And I can see they've been doing some gardening. It looks really nice. Okay, I'll get all this chopped up, and then we'll deal with that stump next time, I think. It's all chopped up in there, and then some grass on top from Steve, and I'm just giving it a rake up with the ultimate rake. Best rake I've ever used. I need to get a spare. That's what it says. Oh, it's Kenton Stowe. Not a sponsored product placement, by the way. Just is the best rake you could ever use, in my experience. This one, and then you need another one. It's more of a scratchy rake. So anyway, I'm going to use both my hands because I can't properly use this rake with one. There we go. There's the buddleia. A bit of hoeing, and we've done the lawn and the edges, and this bay tree needs a little bit of a trim, and this rosemary bush is gorgeous. It's full of flower and it flops over the path. You can see, and the customer likes that, and there's a huge it's popped out of my head. I know what it is. It's a herb you have with pork. I know what it is. Sorrel. My memory's dreadful. Just been hoeing through this side, and then I'm going to I wanted to show you, they've planted some, what's that going to be? Is that going to be like a courgette or a squash or something? So they put some in some pots. Still this big bed has been left, but they've actually got some things in here. Look at this. This looks like some sort of cabbage, or They call it a brassica. This looks like some sort of bean, because look, it's got the tendrils and that sort of leaf. And then, oh look, it shows us. Ooh, sprouting broccoli, that one. Ooh, they're quite dry though. They need a very good water. They might be best in the ground now. So anyway, in this bed we've got the beans that are planted, and then something else. Okay, so there'll probably be some sort of beans, runner beans. I don't know, we'll find out. But these are flowering already, and this was the first thing they put in. It's a beautiful flower, a bit of black in the middle. And then this one next to it, and they must be oh, good, at least a foot tall now. That one's a little taller, and then these ones a bit shorter. So it'd be interesting to see all these things growing, and we'll get to watch that. And so we'll make sure to keep this bed hoed. You just need to hoe the very top until you see the little seedlings die. So you can go as gentle as you like now, because we've done all the hard work. In the previous weeks that we've been here, the first time when it was full of weeds, pulled out all the weeds. And now they're just growing on the surface. And the first time I hoed through this, it was, you know, compacted soil from the winter, hard going, and now the sort of top half is quite loose, and it's quite dry at the minute. We've had plenty of rain. I mean, you can see if you just hoe down a little bit, the soil goes a bit darker, but then it's very light on top, so you can see the heat of the sun is really starting to have an impact now. So we'll just very gently hoe around these. Ooh, are they legumes? Is that what they're called? Around these beans anyway. And hope that it's nothing they've sowed directly. Don't think so, it doesn't seem to be in any pattern. And I've told him, the guy who lives here, you've got to tell me if you plant stuff that we can't see, so we know where to hoe around and weed around. There we go. All that hard work paid off. Tricky in between these bamboos. Okay, so that's this bed weeded. Bit of grass in there I'll have to get a fork onto. No, not most of the root. Okay, well anyway, we'll show you the next one. I thought I'd do the big one. It does have quite a lot of little seedlings. So I thought I may as well. It's not too bad going actually. You can tell it's been a bit compacted by the rain, but then it's nice and loose from all of our hoeing over the last few months as well. Well, a couple of months. Started on the 1st of March. And it looks like quite a warm, dry day today, hopefully, so once this soil on top has been disturbed, the seedlings will just die, and they'll just evaporate into nothing really. but soil prefers to be covered. When it's covered, it's going to hold the moisture a lot better. So the moisture will just evaporate out of this bed on a hot day very easily. But if they had some plants in it, like some berry bushes or something, that would save the moisture a lot. We've had such wet weather in the UK for the last couple of months that everything is just going wild now. We had a very cold start to the year, very cold start, so it held things up. It was quite dry on this side. And the cold start sort of held back a lot of the blossom and held back some of the growth. And then as soon as the good weather hit, where it's a bit warmer, and then the rain is still there, it just goes boom. Now bear in mind I'm still doing this one-handed, so it's a bit harder. It's good to get two hands on a hoe. So we're at the really nice garden next that has the incredible lawn and all those flowers and things planted around it. And we just do the lawn there. And the couple who live there do everything else. That sounds like a nice life. Just a leak there in the middle that I'm avoiding. There we go, hoed through this veg bed, one-handed, onto the next one. Guys, sunny day, and we're back in this garden. So you can see that first stripe mowed through, and we've got Steve on the mower today. He's normally doing the other bits, so we've swapped roles for a bit of variation. And yeah, it's grown really long. This will stripe up a treat, I think. I'm just going to be on the blower and the strimmer, and we'll get some nice edges. You can see the edges are a bit fuzzy at the moment, but the right hand border is nice and clear, and lots of forget-me-nots, and it's looking really nice actually, this garden. So I'll show you what it looks like at the end. He's part way through. He's just got this bit to go, which is good timing because I'm going to take the blower and blow their drive out front. It means I still have time to do that, but just showing you some of the edges. Quite nice edging. And then here's Steve going past in a drive-by. And it's a lovely garden. It's really, really nice, this lawn, big lawn. And the customers made a really nice effort with that edge, which I showed you last time. But what I haven't shown you before, and they look quite new, are these pots. The customer's totally outdone herself. They look absolutely incredible. Shows a real effort being made on the gardening front. And there's some over there as well. Looks like there's some petunias. Oh, there's one in there that needs a plant. Needs planting in. Oh, there's is it a delphinium? I think that's what they're called. Another petunia there, black one, that's going to come out. And here's a multicoloured one with its trumpet. Petunias are an absolute classic English bedding plant because they just flower prolifically. And here we go. Some really nice, they look really velvety. Some red ones and some really deep purple ones. and then some begonias up here, and then a geranium in the middle. And I always forget the name of this one, but we've got a big one in our garden. But looking good. I better get a move on and blow the front while we still have time. And then we're on to that incredible garden with the amazing lawn and all that planting around it. Alright guys, we're at the next one and it's quite a mess. It's been a 3-week gap because we had to make room for the leader going to the fruit and nut village, if you saw that one. But look, the driveway has got all these things on them from probably the birch. Yeah, it's the birch tree. Loads of debris on the floor. Look, all the brown stuff. So we'll blow that off, and then there's always the odd stick that Steve picks up on here. Look at this grass, how tall it is. It's difficult to sort of explain, but in its tallest part it's a foot tall. It's really messy and shaggy, but it should look nice once it's mowed. So we'll give it a good tidy up, a mow, blow, and then we go. I'll show you what it looks like at the end. We extended the border there and put the dahlias in, so they'll look nice. There's 2 there, and then extended this border slightly and put 2 in there. There's these, I think they're called hostas. They sort of die down and then come back up in the spring. They just get absolutely decimated. There is a new leaf coming in there and there, but they just get eaten alive and decimated by slugs and snails. So they've never done very well in there, but if they can establish themselves a bit more, they might do better in time. But lovely dahlia flower. Starts off sort of more a red inside and then a lighter orange as it goes on to the outside of the flower. And then here's all the debris we'll get rid of in their bin and so on. There's the couple of little borders that we're establishing. On to the next one. Alright guys, we're at this garden again. Nice sun and sunny, but it has been quite cloudy. And it's reflecting off the grass nicely, but if you just look down at it, and it looks a bit different. That's more what it looks like actually from this angle. And just done this top bit, and then Steve will come round and do the strimming, and could take you for a ride. bluebells in that hedge. Got rid of all that moss now, so we can scarify again, maybe next time. So the grass is growing very tall at the moment. It's difficult to see, but we've had a lot of rain and now the sun is coming and it's really strong. It's just everything's going full growing season now. And there's a dog toy. Oh, excuse me, yeah. Have you lost a pink donut dog toy? There we go. Shall I throw it through the hedge?
Yeah, just throw it over there. Oh, cheers, mate.
There you go.
Thank you.
Alright, I'll show you what it looks like at the end anyway. There it is. We're just finishing with a blow, but that looks really, really nice. Really nice. And it's got all sorts in the grass. It's not a monoculture, it's a really healthy system. And Steve just clearing along this path, and then I've just got the front to do, and then we're done. So on to the next one. Oh, there's a church over there. There we go. Not sure what that bell was for. Might be midday or something. No, we're not there yet. I think it's the school, so it might be break time or something. Break time bell. Alright, next one.